Waka waka.
Welcome back to another episode of Let's Go Hunt. Far from perfect, but what was the question again? Tonight, Dave Packard, man of exhaustion. Sam Alexander ate the good macaroni and cheese and bacon. All right. Vince H, fighting back the monsters, and I'm Mike Gonsalves. I didn't put anything, so.
Are you kidding? That would have been the best opportunity to say I'm
the monster.
Some kind of monster dick joke.
I am the monster.
Yeah, I never even considered that, Samuel.
Well, the problem is, with my turn, I probably wouldn't have been able to come up with it on the fly.
Yeah, well, I am not a smart man.
But
anyway,
I know what love is.
I do.
Sam's over here like, and you're always on my mind.
Tonight around the campfire, we have some bad ideas, some good ideas, and in no particular order.
Oh, wait a minute. Dave, do we want to talk about how the state of Colorado stole our music?
Oh, motherfucker.
We should talk about
so
this.
First, to
be fair, I work for the state, but I won't say where.
Okay, well, hang on. We're with a little bit of history here. So the very early episodes, I think probably it was over 50, probably the first like 60 or 70 episodes, Let's Go Hunt used a song for the intro. And then at some point we found out that Meat Eater and Onyx used the same damn song.
Mm-hmm.
And now, so we're like, oh, well, we can't share songs with them. Let's switch songs. So we switched songs, and then Dave found.
Yeah, so scrolling through, and I'm looking at State of Colorado YouTube, and it opens up to this fucking little montage that they're doing about a mechanic, and I'll be goddamn if it's not our song again. I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. Fucking
like this song,
team.
like this intro song, or
Yes,
the old
this
intro?
This one, we are trendsetters. Because they I think it was like a 6-month-old video, and we've had it much longer than that.
Yeah. Are we hipsters now? I think we're hipsters now.
I don't know. I'm half tempted to AI generate some sort of song just to see if somebody steals it again.
It won't be a direct theft. It'll just be like, God, this sounds familiar.
To be fair, didn't Meat Eater come out with theirs before we
No.
came out with?
No,
really? They were after.
It was like a year and a half.
Well, could it have anything to do with the fact that the song that we picked was like it was a fairly decent song for one, and for two, it was probably up towards the top of the list for them too, and they were probably like, "Oh, dude, yeah, that's a banger." All
Why
right,
give them so much credit. They heard our show and they stole our song.
I mean, they did. You're not wrong.
They're common thieves.
They are common thieves.
They poached it.
They probably
Never mind.
They probably
Never
didn't
mind.
even pay for it. They probably just ripped it right off our audio.
Never mind the fact that it's royalty free.
Shut up, Dave.
Yeah, just stop stealing our free shit.
Like it's
Technically,
real
it wasn't
estate.
free. Technically, it wasn't free. It was
Yeah.
I think it was SoundCloud or whatever. So
Mhm.
I did pay the $10 a month subscription while we were having it.
Do you still have it?
I mean, I don't remember.
It doesn't go through his bills. Oh, there's my $10 a month for SoundCloud. Got it.
You know,
Okay.
you just, for a man who just ate up a bunch of time talking about ACH meg transfers, and we talked about credit cards being stolen, you should know by now, mine's been stolen so many times that all my automatic payments get left in the dust.
Fair enough.
I don't have the problem of having to like remember to cancel automatic payments. I have the problem of remembering to reinstate automatic payments when I get a new card number. And I start getting emails saying like, bill due. I'm thinking, oh shit, that's one I forgot to pay too.
Yeah, I'm going to have the same problem. I just got a new debit card, and any of those bills that I mentioned, they will definitely be angry with me because I will forget the crap out of them.
We have it right here. I think this is the right one.
Yep, that was the
Oh, it's so loud through StreamYard. Good grief.
really loud. Sorry to the listeners.
We're not sorry. You
Cannot
don't
hear
need your ears
anymore.
anyway.
They definitely don't have listen ears now.
So this is going to be a sign like this is going to be an ASL only podcast going forward. Figure that one out on your own.
Warning,
other news-
extreme danger. Do not touch. Must be a terrifying thing to touch in Braille.
You should go learn ASL so you can communicate while out hunting without having to talk. Just saying.
That's not a bad idea. It would make duck hunting weird.
What's the sign for duck?
I don't know.
I think Sam just did it.
I think that's duck. I don't
Is it?
remember. All the birds are up here. Yep, that's no. Sorry, there's 2 fingers for duck.
So
Yeah,
what's
this,
one
one of-
thing?
this is
bird.
chicken. Something's chicken, but there's like there, or maybe
Also,
it's doing
the
this with
Rooster,
chicken.
no chicken. They're all the bird signs are right up here. So duck would it's like it's somewhere up here and quack 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 with your fingers.
One's the bird, one's the food. I forget which is which though.
Well,
My
if you-
wife knows.
I mean, there's beer, and then there's bitch. They're awfully close to each other.
What is?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
hot.
No, under the
Oh.
chin.
Like,
Oh,
good.
that's
Shut
no,
up. you
no.
good.
Depends
Shut
where you
up, you
come
don't
from the
know.
chin. It's similar to you can say
Well,
your
thank you is from the outside of the chin. He's doing
Mhm.
up underneath the chin and out. That's something else, I think.
Isn't that?
It's
fuck
shut
you?
up your face.
Is it? What's this?
Take it
Yeah,
down.
that's poop.
poop.
Poop. Poop.
That's poop.
But it's similar
Like
to
you can
know,
hear the plop.
you can say you're hungry, but you make sure you don't teach your kids to say hungry up and down a bunch of times because that's not hungry anymore.
Yeah, that's something else.
What is?
I know.
Horny.
It's
No.
funny. Yeah.
Hungry. When we were doing
How did
ASL
I not know
classes-
that in 7th
When we're
grade?
doing ASL classes, she teaches us, hungry, and then she types out because Grace couldn't read at this point and says, "Not this." That means. Then she types out horny, like,
Hey, Jeremiah, I want to go climb trees after lions with you. Real bad.
Knock him out, John.
Oh,
Shoot
wanna do
this
it?
thing.
do you want to go off the rails about a gun real quick? Because I
that's
think it would
fine.
work for mountain lions too. I think in
Oh,
my
then,
head,
yeah, I'm on.
I think talking with a buddy, a different guy, about we were joking about what to use for like bear defense because I saw a fucking at Shields on the used rack. They have a Beretta 1301 for $1,200. That's a $1,900 shotgun. It was really hard to walk away from. So I made the joke about how no, I'm just gonna get a shorty AK and put a really loud muzzle brake on it. He said, that sounds fucking cool. Then I thought better. The HK51, an 8-inch 308 semi-automatic with a big ass muzzle brake on it. I think could work for lions and bears. You make the bear shit his pants.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Well, I thought it was funny at the time. I guess you had to be there.
Well then, I'm glad I'm not the only one whose jokes flop.
I'll take what fell flat for 100. Alex.
That was more of a 500.
So anyway,
Look, I just need to talk to PTR and get them to send me whatever their version of the HK51 is. We shot one at GunCon, if you remember, Mike. At
I
the
do.
Century booth.
It was enjoyable.
It was loud as fuck.
Yeah, it was.
I'm pretty
That
sure
was-
with an 8-inch barrel, 308 is traveling slower than 7.62 by 39 out of a 16-inch barrel. Granted, that's a big difference in barrel length, but still.
Yeah, I mean, you could in theory load up some 308 with the fastest burning powder. It'll safely allow. Your loading book would
Dusty,
most
fuck
likely
you,
have
this is
that,
the
but
right
faster
podcast.
burning powder, the better, because slower burning powder is obviously better for the longer barrels because they're still burning as the bullet exits, creating gas pressure, and that's why 308 loses that velocity out of the 16 inches because it hasn't had time to build up its velocity. So
yeah, just load it with this. Pack that case full of red dot. Just
Dude,
as
that's a
much as
great
you can
idea.
get in there.
Oh, that was the other part I was missing.
Like compressed load red dot.
That was the other part I was missing. It's the HK fit, so it's the 8-inch 308 with an FRT. That was the other part of it.
Yeah.
That sounds hateful.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna die, you might as well go out really loud.
It reminds me of that. Have y'all heard about that CIA program during Vietnam, where they would steal enemy ammunition,
Oh,
fly it back to the States, remanufacture that exact same ammunition with powder that looked exactly the same but would detonate, remanufacture it, ship it back to Vietnam, and put it back exactly where they had found it in a short enough amount of time. I think the turnaround was like less than 72 hours.
Good Lord.
But they would do that, and they wouldn't do all of them. They would just do some out of that stack of ammunition, whatever ammunition they found, so that it would intermittently make guns and other things explode.
That is the more exploding version too. The Soviets in Afghanistan, because they'd trade ammo with the locals, they'd boil their ammo for about 4 to 5 hours first. I don't know if it really did it, but the intention was to ruin the primers and the powder. So that they just give, hopefully at that point be trading away duds, but the explosions are more funny.
Mike, Bob has a question for you.
That's up to you and me, Bob. When do you want to start it? Do we need to go to OnlyFans for that, or
no? If you want the Let's Go Hunt podcast, you got to pay for the secret behind the scenes. But we're not going to tell you how to get there.
Yeah, you're gonna have to click on our link to our links to our Patreon,
and then through the other links,
and
you have to know the secret handshake.
And because it's the Let's Go Hump podcast, the secret handshake may or may not involve genitalia.
I fucking Vince,
Look, Bob.
You have pissed him off enough that you chased Vince off.
Look, Bob,
and Bob said, "Shut up and take my money."
We don't want your money, Bob. We want your Mediator XLs for our AKs.
You can have that Mediator XL. I'm waiting for that Guardian 5-25.
Don't give it to Mike. He'll put it on a shotgun.
Dave's over here still.
And then I'll shoot a dove with it. Fucking
I'm a very patient man. I will wait as long as it takes.
Did I send you the video, Mike, of the dude who put an LPVO in a shotgun and fucking his rail broke off?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, he put an LPVO in a shotgun and he had a big old fucking scope bite in his forehead. So I'm thinking, what the fuck?
Oh, you did send me that video.
I just shot and the screw stripped out and the scope just went boop right in the head.
That's what happened. That video wouldn't load for me. I saw him holding the shotgun with a scope on it and the bite in his forehead, and I just assumed that he held it too close like a dumbass and scope bit himself. That's even funnier that it broke off and hit him.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, oh, great. I'm like, your gun broke. You have to get an easy out to get the screws out now. Fuck you.
So Country Boy Guns says that he wants a first focal plane 1 to 10 LPVO, and I am of the mind, like, if you're gonna go like that, why not just like a 2 to 12?
It'd be way easier to do 2 to 12. 1 to 10, you're probably thinking something with a like your objective would be the tube diameter, right? In a 1 to 10 LPVO, and that's going to be really hard to get any kind of light transmission at high magnification. And
I mean, Gideon has the second focal plane 1 to 10.
Yeah, but also there's FFP
millimeter
versus SFP.
Yeah.
That's the problem there.
Mm-hmm.
It being SFP is what makes that actually possible, I think. That
is a 34 tube.
Yeah, there is that.
I'm still not the biggest fan of 1 to 10 on an LPVO because it's again, like Dave said, with 2 to 12, it's like it's trying to stretch the LPVO out too much, in my opinion. To where I think once you get to 10x, you really start to hit its limitations.
Well, when you're
Bob dropping
talking about
knowledge.
longer range shooting, 10
Bob.
power is still good enough to get you accurate hits on a man-sized target at 500 or 600 yards. And to be realistic, some of the rifles that we're putting these 1 to 10s on are effective at point targets at 500 yards only anyway. So
I see Bob says he only made a 1 to 10 to flush out the weirdos. Country
This
boy
was a
guns
test.
is a weirdo.
so 1 to 10, 1 to 10 optic on like an AR-15 or an AK or something like that. That's honestly like the best you can get out of that rifle anyway. So
Well, Mike, I was shooting this at almost 700 with the 1 to 6 on it,
Mm-hmm.
shooting a
Damn,
torso
dude.
target.
Yeah, I'm all day at 600 with my 1 to 8.
yeah, I mean, I like being super zoomed in, so I'd take the 10. But you're right. You guys are. It's doable with even less power.
It was a man-sized target. I mean, it wasn't like shooting a pie plate at 700 yards and guessing where it is down there. But I did do something recently with this. I got a new scope mount, and
For the audio, sorry, for audio people, what is this?
I'll get to it. I'll get to it.
Okay.
So the 1 to 6 Guardian fiber dot that I put on my my GT30 rifle, someone, I think Raggle Fraggle maybe, suggested the UTG QD scope mount, and it's got the QDs on the correct side, which is the left side, so that it doesn't interfere with ejection. And then it's got this nice feature where if you look through there, it's skeletonized underneath, so you can see underneath the optic.
Oh, nice.
And you can
It's like a
actually
bridge.
you can see the
Oh.
iron sights in between, like the optic and the rail through there. Like you can get down here and you can actually see the ghost ring sights underneath it. So I was super pleased with that, and he suggested that, and I was like, "There's no way you can do that. It's not going to work." And then I got it, and I was like, "Well, would you look at that?"
Everything is so wrong. There we go.
Bob,
Alright.
is the 5 to 25 a 30 millimeter tube or a 34? Just out of curiosity. Well,
I
Bob,
want a 60 millimeter tube. All the light transmission. It's a spotting.
Spotting scope. It's a spotting optic.
it'll look like a first
Oh,
gen night sight.
You don't have a
Vietnam.
chin weld, sir. You have an armpit weld.
Speaking of the 1 to 6, can we just say how nice it is that it's like illuminated off, illuminated off, illuminated off, like at every every light setting? I love that.
Yes, yeah, that's good. That's very good. Because you still get there's still 12. Yeah, there's still 12 brightness settings.
Mm-hmm.
That's too many. Why isn't it just 10?
Yeah, why not 10?
That's an
Anyway.
inside joke that half of our listeners will get.
Mm-hmm.
I think everyone live should get it. Bob says the 5 to 25's got to be 34.
Look at
Think
that
of the Mike's
redneck
bag.
thuggery.
Oh man, yeah, Mike wins.
I actually really, really like this thing.
How much does that fucking thing weigh now?
If we're
Honestly,
glazing,
dude, it already weighs enough. Like this bipod really didn't weigh all that much, and then the grip. I mean, of course you want a grip on it. Like,
I bet you do.
yeah.
With some traction.
if we're gonna glaze Bob here, I'm like you guys. I'm trying to not get us banned off YouTube right now.
Oh, I'm.
I
well.
threw the granite on my my shorty AK on the
nice.
not Cineco mount.
I thought about putting the fiber dot on my side by side 12 gauge for turkeys.
Mm-hmm.
Torquies.
On
On your-
turkeys.
Your torquey gun.
You hear them out in the woods, they go wobble, wobble, wobble. Thanks, Mike.
You're welcome.
So-
It's still funny.
No one else was as amused by that as we were. Anyway,
Sorry, I was distracted reading the chat.
So was I.
Wobble, wobble, wobble.
Okay,
that one's got a
Wobble is the
beard.
show title.
Gross.
I think you
Show
should still,
title.
I still think you should mount those scopes backwards for hard mode.
So I just wanted to show off my 1 to 6 too. I put it on the high point for those of you that, audio people. I put it on my high point carbine that has the real tree camo on it. And I've got
And a bipod.
I took the front sight post off and put a bipod on the front of it. And then I've got a slanty grip on the rail underneath. So honestly, I really, really do like the heft and the weight of this rifle. Like if I
likes
wasn't feeding it
heft in his hand.
crap ammo and it didn't jam, or maybe it was the mags, regardless.
Mag on that one, probably.
When the mag doesn't suck, I really like this thing, and I can't wait to shoot a beaver with it. So April's going to be fun. I'm definitely shooting a beaver in the face with this goddamn thing.
You know what? So speaking of angled foregrips and stupid guns, on the AK directly behind me, I mounted the fist grips that somebody made for ARs. I forget the exact name.
Yeah.
I didn't
the
mount
grip is just a fist.
I didn't quite do that, but I did because it's got so many freaking M-lock slots all over. I did mount a vertical foregrip at 45 degrees. I'm kind of disturbed by how much I almost liked it.
It's just got to feel right in the hand.
There's something about it. It was just like, man, he pulls right in. It's like, yeah, and then it's like, this is disturbing. Though. No, we're gonna put it back to normal.
Does it feel different with your left hand?
I don't know. I don't use
Like
my
it's
right
not
hand.
going the right direction, maybe.
We should have our own drinking game.
No, thank you. I will die.
I mean, I could polish off this vodka.
Mike, you're
but
going to
I
take
have to look
shots
at
of beer.
No, thank you. I will
He's
die.
gonna take shots of 3-2 beer though.
Yeah, congratulations. You don't even get a buzz, but you get all the headache.
Oh, gross. That sounds awful.
Can you even buy 3-2 anymore?
Yeah, just go to Utah.
That's fair.
That's
I
a
mean-
long way for a drinking game.
Not in this state because this state got rid of that dumbass law a while ago. I don't know when, but
Dude, Sundays used to suck.
yeah.
Oklahoma didn't get rid of that until I think 2016 or 20.
Yeah, it was recent.
Yeah, it's at the most 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I remember
It
in
was
college
after
that-
I moved here, and it was by ballot
warm.
initiative.
Warm
They-
3-2 beer.
I remember in college on Saturday nights, we'd send the dude to the liquor store and we'd send him with extra money and tell him, don't forget to buy extra for No Fun Sunday. And this was 20 years ago, of course. I'm so glad things have changed.
False. CGB. I want to go to Utah to hunt bounty mountain lions
And swans.
and swans, and I want to go to do some hood rat shit in rocks with my friends.
There could be some other fun shit in Utah to do. You talking about the hood rat shit down south?
Anywhere in Utah pretty much is just an off-road paradise.
So Dave,
Because I'm slightly interested in that as well.
it's not quite Utah, but I did find a place we could probably dig up some uranium on the west slope, and it's kind of like Utah.
What you talking about?
It is Utah adjacent.
Yeah,
Oh, we should do that on the buffalo hunt.
dig up uranium on a buffalo hunt.
Why not? If we don't see buffalo, we
All right,
gotta
fair
do
enough.
something.
I'm in.
See, getting two birds stoned at once.
We're gonna lick these rocks. That's
Bob
illegal.
says I want to go to Utah to get more wives. Is that how it works there?
One
No,
wife's enough.
I think you have to be a resident or something first.
Turns out wives are free. You just find them down at the grocery store.
We have 5 wives at home.
I got 3 from the park. They were just running. They came home. It was fine.
Oh, that was a decent one. 5 wives.
Oh,
What do you want on it? I don't know. Okay.
Oh shit! You added
Can I
layers
get-
to that one. I didn't even mean it that way. I was just threw out a number.
That's a whole new meaning to animal style.
What's wrong with it now? Nothing.
Okay. It's not in and out. It's in, somebody jump on the bed, then out.
Oh wow!
Oh, god damn. All right. Whew, we're done with the Utah jokes.
Is this all the Mormon jokes we couldn't use last week? 'Cause we had
Oh, fuck.
anyway.
To be fair, Paul has one wife, and that is Michelle from Fab Rats. Good people.
I
Good
think
people.
this transcended any kind of Utah joke and just became surrealist.
Yeah.
5 wives. I didn't even think about that. I just threw out a number. Thinking, damn, Dave thought that one was really funny, but you added you found your own layer to it.
Apparently, I added depth.
5 wives, tacos, and fries.
I like tacos.
$15.
Oh,
Never mind,
I think
gotta
the
stop.
vein on my forehead popped out during that.
you went really red in the face.
Yeah. It's a good one.
I've got shot glasses
anyway,
downstairs that
so-
say "Eat, drink, and be merry." For tomorrow, you may be in Utah.
Anyway, after what the fuck were we talking about before?
I
we
don't
hit
know.
on this whole Utah
Off-roading
dash?
and
No, it was before that.
About
I don't know, tangent.
Fist grip.
We literally, dude.
We talked about a lot
fist
of
grip
things.
was mid tangent at best.
Well, speaking of fucky shit, have you seen what's going on in Oregon?
What is going on in Oregon?
They are trying to outlaw all slaughter of animals, hunting, commercial farming, ranching, anything. They're trying to make it a vegan state.
Didn't they try and do this a few years ago by de facto banning hunting?
had
I'm not
bacon once
sure.
or twice, living in a vegan paradise.
Yeah. So this is initiative petition 28, and it pretty well outlaws all animal abuse / slaughter. So anybody that hunts, any farmer, rancher, if you want to eat meat in Oregon, if this passes, it will have to come from out of state.
Dave, you've seen Smokey and the Bandit, I assume.
Mhm.
You got to run meat in Oregon?
In a short time to get there.
And you wouldn't have to change the name, just talking about smoking meat.
Yeah,
Look, there goes Smokey.
it's a whole black market in meats.
It's just a giant
mean, to be
18-wheeler
fair,
sized meat smoker.
I
And he
think
just
I'm-
drives up to Oregon and sells it out the back of the smoker on the streets of Portland.
I think I am way more of Snowman than Snowman was. They were in fucking Georgia. I have snow. I am Snowman.
I'm gonna steal this
Also-
one from.
Snowman shape.
Like, imagine walking
It's
up
true.
to a kid in an FFA jacket and being like, "Hey, you Holden?"
You get the big trench coat and you say, hey, you want to buy some meats?
I got these
I
meat rabbits.
got prime rib.
I got sausage. You want to
Got
see it?
prime rib sausage.
You want to see my
bacon.
sausage? As he opens his trench coat. You want to see my sausage?
No. That's not what you mean. I got kielbasa, kishka.
Dude's
Hot
already
roast.
running down the street.
You'll have
Oh.
you'll have middle-aged women going, "Yeah, open your coat."
So just
Like
Just to
he's
hit
got, he's got it hanging out a zipper, but he's also got another assortment, and it's like you just have to pay the toll.
Oh, look, it looks like it was growing in my
Hey.
yard yesterday after the
pay
rain.
the toll. What a great phrase.
Anyway, Dave,
So
serious time.
some quick highlights of this petition is that farmers and ranchers are going to be criminalized. It outlaws pest control. So like all the way down to fucking mice.
What?
Training techniques are criminalized for like pets. So if you have a hunting dog and you can't train them unless they tell you how to. Outlaws research and teaching involving
You're
animals.
not going to have
so
a hunting
anything
dog because you
ag,
can't.
vet, anything like that, just fucking gone. And then it outlaws all hunting and fishing.
Oh, so they threw that back in there too.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
so my question with this, my entire question is, what are they actually trying to accomplish? And not like what they're. I don't care what this says. This is just pushing the Overton window. What are they actually trying to get out of this? That they're going to, okay, well, we'll do this instead. That sounds
It'll-
more reasonable.
Yeah. So their underlying cause, I'm not sure, but if it does get passed, which I don't think it will, I hope it fucking doesn't. If you want to donate to help, donate to the Oregon Hunters Association. I'll put a link in the show notes. But anyway, they want to put all the people of Oregon on a national food grid. Like everything, if you want food, it's going to be coming from the government.
It worked so good back in the fucking 20s for the Soviets. Why not?
Yeah. I mean, they're
No.
commies, so.
This is perfect. Actually, I like this. I support this.
No, because the problem is, if there's a famine in Oregon, all the fucking commies and hipsters will be like, oh, well, they just didn't do it right.
Yeah, but
Don't
most
eat
of
the
them will be
trees.
dead.
No, like all the ones outside of Oregon will just be like,
Y-
oh, they just didn't do it right in Oregon.
Yeah, we
We're gonna
need
do it
we
right
need-
this time.
It needs to become endemic. It needs to spread down the coast. It needs to spread to the East Coast over there. And then, then when we have an actual breakdown in interstate commerce, then the famine happens in the right places. And bada bing,
Okay, I just scrolled down this whole law to the part where it talks about bestiality, and I am like, sorry that I did.
No, they call it sexual assault if you breed animals. Literally. It's animal sexual assault for husbandry.
Okay, that kind of okay.
So I saw a cartoon a long time ago, and
Was it about the birds and the bees?
it was about vegans.
Okay.
And it was this lady, and she had this pet lion, and the lady she was just like rail thin skeleton, and she's talking to this. It's a cartoon, and she's talking to this. Oh my god, Bob. She's talking to this dude, and she's like, "I'm a vegan," and the dude's like, "Okay, but your lion's sick," and she's like, "No, he's not. He's a vegan too. He's fine." And the lion's just like, "Help me."
So we're
I
not.
just wanted to interrupt and say that Hot Meat Trucker is definitely my favorite current show title.
Okay.
So I have a new favorite Bible verse that I found recently. Romans 14:2. One person believes he may eat anything, while the weak person eats only vegetables.
Mhm.
And
Anyway,
what are they gonna fund this government food network with? What are they, if they're not going to serve
government.
meat, what are
Dreams.
they going to feed the people?
bullets.
Some federal or government cheese version of an Impossible Burger.
Oh, so they're trying to
the
mandate lab-grown meat?
Yes.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me.
What the fuck? Can you imagine how
It is.
awful that would be to have to rely on the government just to eat? Like you have to hope that they feed you that day.
So my issue with this comes in that they are getting so brazen. Like all animal deaths will be nil.
Well,
Fucking mice.
so
Like-
I was listening to stuff a while back about the guy who started the Impossible Burger, the Impossible Meat Company, and he said, "No, my goal is to put traditional meat production out of business." Like that was his goal. Like it wasn't that he wanted to provide an option for people who wanted it. He didn't want to work within the market to find a place in it. He wanted to end actual meat production on any for anyone and everyone.
Yeah.
So they've been saying the quiet part out loud from the beginning. It's never been about, trying to make an option out there for people who are vegetarian or vegan. It's always been cultural. It's always been a culture war.
It's not about safety. It's about control.
Yeah.
And this is just another
Mhm.
measure of control.
See, I still wonder which thing they hate more. Do they hate production of meat or do they hate harvesting of meat? Like, which one are they actually going to settle on to try and screw over first? Are they going to go after hunters or are they going to go after commercial meat production?
It's probably both if they're smart, which I mean, let's say they're not, but they probably in this bill put in both. Like you can't kill.
They're putting both in, yes, but they're not actually going to get everything they've put in this. They're not going to get it. There's no way they get it because and I hesitate even to say this, but there's not that many retarded people yet that can see this and go, this is just an absolute dumpster fire of soy boy ideology. They're after something else. I promise. They're actually after something else. It's just not obvious what first. Like what they're going after first.
Mike, I would be with Ty in the chat. I'd be with it's hunters first, ranchers second.
Ranchers have money, so that'll be a harder fought battle.
I'm
not saying hunters don't have money, but
it's easier for hunters to go somewhere else to do the hunting thing. It's kind of hard to uproot a ranch and go ranch somewhere else.
Very true.
I mean,
at the same time, like you're going to have several 100,000 residents of the state that you're just ending an entire way of life for. And there's no fucking way that can ever be ruled constitutional.
You don't
like you can't just tell people they can't live their fucking life anymore.
I mean, I'm reading their FAQ and they just say that ranchers will no longer have a reason to raise bovines.
What the
So
fuck?
you just don't have a reason to anymore, bro.
But people want to eat. Like, no, we're just gonna get food at the store.
They just all they say here is that or we have plenty of food. This
1984 was a warning, not an outline. God damn it.
Ty says that they'll start revoking grazing leases on state lands of BLM and go from there. And yeah, that's a possibility.
And there'll be more forage for ungulates that are wild that'll start to overpopulate, and then the state is going to have to go in and start population control. And they're not going to do it by being real nice to the animals. They're going to do it by shooting them and letting them lay.
Much like
camels in Australia.
All I have to say on this too is that I looked at the people. I'm not gonna share their photos. You can go look them up yourself, but they are exactly what you think they would look like.
Yep.
Every single one of them is like,
standing in a field of cows.
Oh no, go to the about section.
Oh, I haven't even done that.
There's an about section. It's just typecast. It's like, yeah, that's exactly who I expected to see.
Oh my God, there's so much granola.
I'm not doing this. It'll just
like
make
way
me
too
mad.
much granola.
I am
Extra
surprised
granola?
I am seeing closed-toed shoes, to be honest.
Ugh. I'm not gonna go look.
Oh
I'm
God,
already
why is
mad.
every fucking hippie hiker wear the same goddamn ball cap?
You know what I really
they're
wish
fucking-
the rumors.
Whoa.
I really wish the rumors that the reason that hiking clothing is all like, garish colors is so that Bigfoot can find them and eat them. I really wish that's true.
I mean, it's actually, I assume it's
Would
so
be
that they
nice.
can be found easier whenever they inevitably get lost while out hiking, which makes me even sadder that they think that camouflage is for rednecks. We need to start selling camouflage to these people. Make it harder for search and rescue to find them.
Mm-hmm.
Here, make sure you take the miter blanket with you
Is
to wrap up
this
with.
ethically sourced mossy oak? Yep.
Yep.
Show is.
Seek Mother Earth. Wear her
Here.
colors.
If you're worried about the carbon footprint, we got some of that real tree over there too.
Hey, real tree.
Stupid.
He's talking about you, High Point.
Hashtag really trees.
So yeah, people of Oregon that are of the right mind, we are with you. And yeah, I've always wanted to go to Oregon, but now I want to go less.
I mean, if they ban the sale of meats or the slaughter of meats, we'll be
Dude,
going
you know
to
how much
Oregon a
fucking
lot.
money we could make? Just show up in like some old Swans truck. It's
Yeah.
like, bro, I got fucking Angus.
Dude, yeah, just this sounds crazy, but you show up on the border of Idaho. Just
Mhm.
this side of Idaho in Idaho with a whole refrigerated trailer full of meat. Like,
It's like
Yep.
fireworks in Colorado. You go to Cheyenne, there's
Meat stands just as soon as you cross the border. Meat stands everywhere.
suddenly the FDA is going to have an enforcement arm like the ATF does, and there's going to have revenuers, and suddenly we're going to be in some turf war with a different.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the FDA actually does have armed agents for that exact purpose.
What, to
It's
keep
just
us
done-
from running hot beef up to Oregon?
Yeah, basically, like to double check that the beef being sold is like
Damn, that's a good
legit.
title,
Look,
too.
when you get 2,000 for a cow down here, but you can get 4,500 for it up on the border with Idaho, like, what are you going to do? It doesn't make business sense to sell it here.
Westbound and down,
I'm gonna
loaded
buy
down
me a
with cattle.
big truck and a cattle pot, and we're gonna go make some money.
This is gonna be as bad as like when they were selling freaking cigarettes by the carton in New York
Mhm.
City that weren't taxed. It's gonna be like,
And-
oh, you get some untaxed ribs here.
Hey,
It's
and
going to
you
be
know
like
what?
Smokey and the Bandit 2, except instead of an elephant, it's just cattle. And you're
It
like,
could
come
be
on,
an
Charlotte,
elephant.
get on the truck. It could
I
be
mean,
elephants.
we don't know
You're
where we're
right.
gonna source our shit from.
Guys, you
Jack,
Ethically
can-
sourced
I need
elephant
all
meat.
the camels you can get.
and they're quietly in the background in some Target parking lot. There's going to be an abuela selling oh my goodness,
Chonkless.
tamales out of the back of
Mayonnaise.
a 98 Civic.
Oh no, it's
And she's never
98,
going to
like-
get caught. She's never going to get caught.
No. And it's
Just
not
selling
eastbound and down,
tamales.
guys. It's westbound. We're going to Idaho so that
It's
we can
westbound
hit the
and
border
up.
It's
Westbound and up.
up.
That's a show title there.
But you got to stay off the interstates, so you got to take the back highways.
I prefer that.
We're going to need a plow to get over the high passes.
Bet.
They're
I'll forge our path.
I know,
also
especially when they
cattle,
close
I think.
I-80. We'll just have Dave to plow us all the way through I-80. Like, highway's closed. Sorry, meat truck heading to Oregon. Gotta go.
We just have this back and forth meat and gun trade where we're selling meat across the border into Oregon from Idaho, and then selling guns across the border from Wyoming into Colorado. Just back and forth, back and forth.
Well, I mean, if you're making a trip back anyway, having an empty
That makes no
truck
sense
is,
to have an empty truck.
yeah.
So
Oh,
we might as
that's
well bring the guns
unlucky.
mag.
You'd never haul empty.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Let's go hunt meat and guns.
That's it. We're
That's our
renaming
franchise
the
name.
podcast. We're just renaming the podcast. It's just called Meat and Guns now.
Welcome to
That's
this
not a
episode
bad-
of Meat and Guns.
That's not even a bad title.
For
Damn.
anybody listening, this is all satire. We would never actually do this.
What if
in
we
real
started
life.
another
Minecraft.
show called Meat and Guns and we just talked about meat and guns?
That's a lot of shows.
Also, Bob
All
would be
shows.
like, "There's an entire show about meat,
Like,
Hot meat. and
hot
guns.
meat." Calm down, Bob.
I am worried that them pushing this through is going to trigger other hippie, stupid states like Colorado,
Ours.
California.
Well, they did try it
Yeah,
a few years ago, and it
They
didn't go
just
anywhere.
tried cat hunting.
No.
lions
I'm
and
saying no.
bobcats and everything. But
Oregon tried it too. I do agree.
yeah.
Overton window shift in terms of
yeah.
they're just going to keep pushing it and pushing it and pushing it
Yeah.
and pushing it. And
let's take a
It's-
big bite and then settle for the little bite that we really want.
I still think they're going to settle for something less and come back for the other stuff later, just
It's
like they
going to be
normally
some
do.
sort of hunting ban.
But
It should be shut down like across the fucking board, like not
immediately,
budge an inch.
I don't even think you could get. There's people who like to eat. I mean, come on, like this doesn't make sense for anybody.
There's no
It really
fucking
does
way the
not.
voters will say yes. I'm willingly going to sign on to a government food program where the government provides all of my sustenance.
Well, you would if you're
Fuck
already there.
Off.
Yes, I want government food and government health care and government
Yeah, and-
wages and government housing.
And we wonder why they fight so hard to keep welfare.
I don't know.
All right, I'm ready.
Shit's fucked.
yeah,
It
maybe
is.
move on.
It's so fucked.
Praying for you.
Or I'd gone down the shitholes. What that? All right. Sorry. done.
Well, Dave,
All
you
right.
have on here: donate to Oregon Hunters Association, adopt a state.
Mhm.
If you live in a good state, adopt a state that's not so great.
We got a lot of support. When
That's a really good
our-
slogan.
When
What I just
when
said.
our Mountain Lion band was going through, there was a lot of out-of-state support that came through with donations to Howl, with donations to Coloradans for Responsible Wildlife Management, and that's awesome. So if you have a couple bucks, throw their way. I mean, every little bit helps. So
Bob, we
All
will
right.
traffic your meat if we have to.
Speaking of meat, and things that go in your mouth, I have a product that popped up.
I
This
thought you were
was-
going to pull up the high point.
No, definitely not. Speaking of things that
Not a
go
Browning
in your mouth,
A5.
Oh,
That's Kurt Cobain's
absolutely
toothbrush.
kicked off YouTube.
Oh my! Look at his. Wait, look at his hair.
Oh fuck!
oh shit! You're right.
Oh wow,
It's Mike Cobain.
guys, it smells like Teen Spirit.
Well, he's got a lot of that around the workplace.
fucking
Shut the
right.
fuck up.
Dude, this is landing so well. Oh, get a haircut, fucking hippie. Go to Oregon.
Dude, I got one scheduled in 2 weeks.
Come as you are.
I should
to the
have had
chicken
one,
store.
but it conflicted with another appointment, so I had to reschedule. But dude, damn it, I see it now, and I don't like it.
See you, Jeremiah F.
I don't like being Mike Cobain.
Don't
Any,
tell
Go
me
kill
cats,
them
leave some
lions.
for us.
I has a thing that was sent to me from ye old Nick from We Like Shooting. He sent me this thing in Signal, and I was like, "What the actual fuck?"
Oh,
So,
yeah.
here it is. I'm gonna bring it up, and then I'm gonna share my screen, and
I'll
Sam
share
can
it.
bring it up. Okay. So
No,
Dave's
no.
got
You present. I'll add it to the studio.
it. Please don't present.
Oh, he's presenting. Oh no!
Uh, present-
Oh,
present them.
worst
all right, so
statement ever.
what
That's a
it-
weird looking cod piece.
It is such a weird codpiece. So what this is the Roosevelt Vector, a premium hunting accessory for scent elimination, which when you look at this as a fancy codpiece and say it's for scent elimination, you're like, what my balls don't smell that bad, do they? No, this goes on your face. This is a mask that's supposed to filter out your badass breath. And I really wanted to talk about this because I was like, what the fuck, man? Who in their right mind would really pay $300 for this? And I started thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? Sitka hunters.
Can you click on the? I want to see the pictures of the people wearing it.
There's this dude in the bow shooting
I
the
can't
bow.
see him. He's camouflaged.
I just see a tree.
There. How about that?
He's wearing Sitka.
He is
Wow.
wearing some shit.
This is
Wow.
like your. This is like your. This is like your Cobra Commander hunter right here.
He looks so goddamn dorky up there.
Okay, this looks like the deer asks, "Who are you?" And he goes, "It doesn't matter who I am. All that matters is my plan." That's what it looks like. It's a Bane mask. Okay, it covers your face, it covers your mouth, and it's supposed to reduce the scent from your breath or eliminate it. Does it claim to eliminate it?
It claims to eliminate scent from exhaled breath. No filtration at inhale, no restriction, no fog, no sound, just total control.
I would disagree with the no fog.
Yeah, I
Like,
bet that's bullshit.
Any kind of gap between your nose and your cheek, as soon as you breathe out, whatever the fuck you have on your over your eyes is going to go.
Well, it looks
Yeah.
like it can be tightened fairly well. You don't need a really solid seal to keep from getting, air. Even if it just directs it downward, that's enough to keep it out of your glasses, because that's a thing for some of us. I was thinking about this, and it looks really stupid. It's expensive, but if it kept your face warm and kept you from fogging up your glasses, if you sold something, oh, that guy has a fake beard on his.
I was gonna mention the fucking beard.
I was like, wait a minute, it's like no, that's attached to the thing.
It's wiggling with it. It's on there. He's got a little fuzzy beard.
It's like, hey, it'll look better if you have a beard in this. Like, well, I don't have a beard. Like, we'll put one on the thing. Anyway,
I'll scroll down. I want to see the guy in glasses.
Well, we want to see the fake beard.
oh, look how
Start
hard he
over.
was. Look how hard he was struggling to keep the
Oh.
bow held back too.
It was a real beard.
Wait,
It just
maybe
looked
he's. Man, he looks sickly.
funny. Let's
maybe-
see who else is in here.
Maybe
There's
he's
that
in
few guys.
Oregon, guys. We need to be nice to him.
For the hunter that doesn't want their deer to catch COVID.
Oh, this just has so many things where like this could be a very practical thing, but also it looks and feels so wrong.
And it's
Is that-
$300 fucking dollars.
Garlic
Yeah.
breath ruining your hunt again.
Garlic bread. So
Look, if this just kept my glasses from fogging up, that would be enough, because the thing it actually claims to do with the thing about the eliminating scent from your breath, I think that is all just it's not that big a deal. Right?
that's what I would.
I mean, okay,
It-
one, if you play the wind, it doesn't matter what the fuck you smell like.
Yeah.
Like if you're at elk camp for 8 fucking days and all you've had is like some dude wipes,
And you brought no
You
extra
might-
underwear.
might be a little funky. So your breath may be the least of your worries, really. The green cloud around you may be a little different, but
Depending on the season, just camo.
I
Like,
was gonna.
use cover scent, like you take a camouflage bandana and just put it across your face so it doesn't
Mhm.
like drift out into the aether. Like this is.
I wanted to bring
Scroll down.
up.
I wanna
I
see
don't
this.
claim to be an expert hunter by any means. I don't claim to be an expert whitetail hunter by any means. I'm not the one that's out there like every day. Just that's Vince. Vince is the expert whitetail hunter of us. But in none of my big game hunts have I ever been worried about scent. I've been worried about wind because winds carry scent, but I've never been like, oh, my breath is terrible. The deer are going to smell me because they're 200 yards away. This is fucking stupid for Colorado. There's no fucking reason for this.
Dummy thick.
Unless you're bow hunting. And if you have this on your face and it's September and you're bow hunting, like good luck with your life.
So I have.
Go.
Go ahead, Sam.
I wanted to ask Vince, like,
Oh, sorry.
is scent genuinely something you're that worried about? We can end it. I'm
Yeah, I'm tired of looking at it.
yeah.
Scent matters. If deer aren't used to scent in that place, it's all situational. So if you're way out in the middle of nowhere and deer aren't used to the scent of a human in any way, shape, or form, they will bolt and run if they smell you, and they'll avoid the area. Like they'll move away, right? But if they're in an area where they kind of are around, they get this whiff of people every now and then, and it's part of their normal, we'll say weekly interaction. So you have maybe 40 acres that you go walk around on every week, or you're a farmer and you drive the truck around, or you walk around and look for cattle, things like that. If the deer smell human every now and then, they're not going to have a problem with smelling human. A bigger thing is if you're out hunting, shut up and sit still, and if they smell human and they're used to smelling human, this thing is not a problem. But if you're also out in a place where you have enough room that the deer don't, if you're on, say, public land and the deer aren't used to smelling people, you can play the wind. You should be playing the wind in that point. Because where I hunt a lot of the times, I don't play the wind. I have no reason to play the wind because the deer are habituated enough to people that smell's not a problem. At that point, you need to sit still and shut up, and then the deer aren't going to care if they smell human because they're used to that.
That's
And
fair.
especially where you guys are, like if you're expecting long shots anyway, if a deer wins you at 500 yards, it wasn't your day. Okay.
Well, and most of the time, even if they like see you and smell you, they'll be at that 500-yard mark and just stand there,
I'll be like,
Or
what was that, guys?
slowly walk away.
Well, that's
mean-
mule deer. We're not talking whitetail. That's mule deer.
So I did find, whitetail. There was one that was about 800 yards that I stopped on the road and got binoculars out, and that's about all I saw him because he was shagging ass.
He's like, nope.
So after Nick had presented this idea, I did a little bit of research, which was all of like 30 seconds. And I found this, which is the RZ mask, which is $35.
Ers mask.
RZ mask. And it claims to stop your exhaling breath from stinking with replaceable cartridges.
Like for $35, I would genuinely take this to keep my face warm as a glasses wearer, because wearing a neck gaiter and wearing glasses out in the cold duck hunting, like it's either keep my nose exposed and frozen or can't see out my glasses.
Ooh, we need to make little hats that go over the top of your nose.
Man, I'm way more on the line of I need something to keep my glasses from fogging up than I think I need something to keep from breathing too much to alert animals in my presence.
I can't imagine ever hunting somewhere where deer are not used to human presence. Like even up in BV, Dave, the trails up around the mountain from the Vista side of it to the other side where we were camping. There's deer littering that entire area, and they're all used to people. They're all used to people being up there. Not one of those deer has never been around a person.
Right. That's what I'm talking about.
Now it may have been like a good several months since the last truck they saw or whatever, but it's these mule deer at least up in these mountains, they're not going to be Oh, that dude had garlic spaghetti for dinner. Run away. I smelled him from 300 yards. Like, it just doesn't fucking work that way.
I
Now,
pose a counter question.
if the deer start being able to smell the difference between hikers and hunters based on their breath,
He smells like jerky and cigarettes. Get out.
That one smells like celery and carrots. She's fine.
Must be.
but
from
then
Oregon.
again, I
He
would
smells like
switch.
that hot meat. Run.
I would switch to celery and carrots to hunt a deer. I'd do it.
You know what? I would put Oregon plates on my truck so that I could road hunt deer.
Put Oregon plates on there and scribble Subaru on the side with a Sharpie. That way the deer don't suspect you.
The best camouflage on road hunting ever.
Am Subaru in the mud.
Promise in parentheses.
No cap, straight bust.
Yeah. I just
Now,
for $300, man. Like this.
I could see. Okay, this is the one caveat where I could see the $300 price point is if it came with comms.
Even then,
But yeah, even then, it's still a fucking
My problem
humongous
is-
amount of money.
my
I could-
problem is this thing that it claims to do, that it says it does, that's the selling point of the thing, doesn't even need to be done.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like your car doesn't actually need a muffler. It's just nice for other people. You know, it's.
But we
or
all
I
know
think
those
catalytic
guys that would-
catalytic converter. It doesn't need a catalytic converter. It's just to please someone else. Like
Mhm.
I don't know. This is a huge swing and a miss.
And
There will
the
be
worst
people
part
that will
is there's-
buy it.
right. That's what I was just about to say. The same thing. There's going to be some elitist asshole out there who's gonna be like, "Look at my $300 breath mask. Now the deer won't smell my garlic."
Well, he'll kill something with it, and he'll give all the credit to the mask.
And he'll
Not
take
his
a photo of
effort or
himself with the
anything.
mask, and he'll like, "Look, I killed a deer with my mask on."
Are lefties going to be like, is it COVID rated?
Although I would actually buy one of these masks too, because I bet it's a hell of a lot easier to breathe in than the COVID masks.
Though I did look at some of the people they had in the video. I was wondering if it was cootie rated too.
Most likely, no.
Some of them, I don't want to get cooties from the girls.
This is how I protect my virginity.
I've got one for here and one for there.
Gross. So,
Northbound and up.
yeah. To wrap it up, play the wind. If you stank, breathe down. Or in your shirt, I guess, if you want to be like that. Fuck, I don't know. I've never hunted out of a stand, so
Just hold your breath.
If
There
you
you
could
go.
set it up to like,
No.
it could be your own little private hot box for hunting in Colorado.
Mhm.
Your own little personal hunting bong.
What?
You heard him.
Yeah, you heard me. Oh, also, your face will be covered if you end up on somebody else's game cam.
That's not legal advice, Squeezer.
But it turns out they've only sold 15 of them, so that's you were really easy
Yeah.
to track down.
They got the serial number written just inscribed on
company-
the front of it in 40-point font.
The company that made this has no qualms about giving up their customer list to the police.
That's
We caught this man on game cam. Be on the lookout for some $100,000 overlanding F-350 in the parking lot.
we have this guy on a game cam. Look out for a faggot.
Got him.
He's gonna have some stupid decal that he's not affiliated with at all down the bed or down the cab of his pickup. It's like black Kuyu rhinos or some
And
shit.
there'll be and
Ducks
at least
Unlimited.
2 Sasquatch bumper stickers.
Mhm.
But they're the lady Sasquatches, so they're like the lady trucker girl mud flaps, except they're Sasquatch girls, so they've got like long, flowy mud set.
Does anybody actually have that as a sticker?
I don't think so. I think I just invented it, and we could be rich.
That's
Because Let's Go Hunt makes mud flaps. If they don't make this, I just gave us a sticker idea.
What do you think I'm doing right now? Somebody stop that. Write this idea down
actually
now.
hold up. We need mud flaps. Like we need actually.
We do need
If
mud
this
flaps.
isn't on a mud flap,
I'll put mud flaps on the Prado with this on them.
The trucker girl, but it's not a girl, it's a Sasquatch.
Yes. But it's a girl Sasquatch, so she's like in a bikini and she's got like pretty
no,
girl hair
it's-
instead of manly.
It's our
Sasquatches.
Sasquatch wearing a wig
Oh, jeez.
with the same old expression he always has.
Wait a
just
minute.
slightly disgruntled.
They're just like, God damn, why am I here? I'll have some.
But he has to be in a bikini.
I'll have some.
Just Google big titted Sasquatch.
Don't do that. Don't fucking do that.
Yeah,
Mud flaps, and if nothing comes up, $1 million idea. Millionaires
Something
overnight.
will come up. It
Let's go hunt.
absolutely will. And it's gonna be, are you 18? Yeah.
Weird. I have to pass that same check every time I go on Bob's website.
Turn safe search off. Nobody likes that. Images. I don't see. Okay, so
Dude,
I
you'd-
see.
If you Google that, it'll tell you to please turn safe search on.
Turn it off. Are you sure? Yeah.
Listen, I'm not turning it off. I'm not doing that. I can't let you look at this. So the good news is there's only like one set of custom truck mud flaps on Etsy. I'm sure they make however many sets of them, but I don't see any pictures of mud flaps with Sasquatch on them.
Based. Try trademark it right now.
Dude, I don't know how to fucking do that.
Neither do I, but figure it out.
Yeah, let me
Do you
just
know how
Google
many?
that.
Do you know how many truckers would just ironically put those mud flaps on their trucks just because it's funny? Like, look at the Sasquatch.
That's what I'm saying, man. This is $1 million
doing the
idea.
lady thing.
Oh, dual purpose. We could catch all the Star Wars fans too. Give me a Wookiee.
Yes. I'll put the Sasquatch on one side and the Wookiee on the other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then we go
Sasquatch
bankrupt because
Slash Wookiee.
fucking
Yeah,
Disney
we don't-
sues us.
No, it has to be a Sasquatch. It always has to. We have to claim it's a Sasquatch, no matter
Mhm.
what.
It's obviously a
Even if it
Sasquatch, George Lucas.
looks Wookiee-ish.
Look, I know he looky like a Wookiee, but trust me, it's a Sasquatch.
He
You
twerky
look
like a
like
turkey.
Wookiee.
I'm not writing that one down.
If you have the right perspective, as the mud flap goes like this, it'll look like it's twerking.
Now I want to get mud flaps that do that. Like
Oh,
from
I'm gonna-
a distance, it just looks like a girl bent over. But as you get closer and as it flaps, that's a great idea too.
So this is a hunting podcast.
It is?
We're hunting for
Yeah.
great ideas right now.
This is not a brainstorming session about
This is not a hunting
trucker
podcast.
girl mud flaps.
This is we're all drunk.
Oh,
Maybe I shouldn't show this to you.
Vince.
Dude.
oh
my
goodness!
Yes,
okay. Okay, so it has to be a sticker. Absolutely.
Yep, that's. I may tweak it a little bit. I may not even put "Let's Go Hunt" on that one.
If you
Get
don't
two
watch
versions,
live,
one
you
with and
should.
one without.
Like we sell one product,
Oh man.
and it's that sticker.
Oh.
Oh my god.
So
We're gonna
Sam's
save
kids
that
would be
one
like,
for
"Daddy,
sure.
how did you get your fortune?" Like, I'll tell you when you're older. Like, I'm 35.
Don't ask questions. Just enjoy the money.
Shut up,
So,
trust fund baby.
since we are a hunting podcast, even though that doesn't seem like it, Vince,
Not
you've
right
been
now.
into fleshing.
We're gonna do this. I'd rather go over my other stuff
Oh,
because
you
the other
have
thing
at it.
didn't work out. Well, okay, I'll go into this.
Do it all.
S-
Fuck it.
I'll the whole spiel. So for a while, I've been messing with my coyote hide from not this previous hunting season, but the one before when I went camping, and I didn't kill any deer, but I did kill a coyote.
A gorgeous coyote.
Beautiful. And that hide sat in my freezer for a year. And then I got the hide out and I fleshed out the hide. And I looked up kind of different ways you could tan it. And I settled on I was going to try bark tanning this hide.
Mm-hmm.
So I got it, I fleshed it out, got it all nice and fleshed out. I made what's called a bark liquor. Okay, so you take a highly resinous.
Can you say that again, but like lower?
Bark liquor. Lick your
I'll be in my
bark.
bunk.
Finished.
Bark liquor.
Yep, that's
Never
the show
mind.
title.
So you I fleshed out the hide, and I actually got some black walnut. I found some black walnuts sitting on a right of way, and I gathered up a bunch of them, and I took the husks, and what you do is you boil them, and you bring them to a boil, and then you let it steep at least overnight. And I stuffed the hide into that after I'd boiled it out and everything, and then I left it for a while. And something you're supposed to do is you go back and you flesh it out a little bit more just to push the fluid out and everything. But before you get to that point, you're supposed to, after fleshing the hide out, you let it dry out, stretched to set the fur, so that the fur doesn't slough out as you're going through this process. And I think whenever I did that I did not let it dry out enough. Because long story short, I did all of this and I had it sitting in the bark liquor for like actually 2 months. I started this back in October. And about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I got to it and I was checking on it and fleshing it out a little bit more and going over it. And I was like, man, it's kind of starting to look nice. And then I started getting hair pulling out of it in places. And turns out I didn't get the hair set on it. And I think my tanning solution, my bark liquor, I think that was good. I think that was working the way it was supposed to. But whenever I went to get it, that hair set, I don't think it's set enough because I don't think I got it dried out enough. So next time, I just need to make sure that I get that dried out. Also, there's a method that I need to look up how it's done. I kind of get the gist of it now. But the guy whose video I was watching, he tube skins animals, which I didn't know was a thing.
It's a thing for most fur bearers, not beaver. But like
Interesting.
otter, mink,
Coyote,
raccoon,
apparently.
coyote, apparently on some of them, yeah.
Well,
hell,
because
just
when
about any fur, almost every fur bearer I can think of off the top of my head, except for beaver, because beavers are skinned in the round.
Well, if you tube skin it, apparently it's really easy to flesh it out because you just shove it down on a fleshing post, and then you just flesh that side, rotate it, flesh that side, like turn it inside out and just flesh it out.
Yep.
And then when you go to stretch it, it's 2 2x4s that are rounded at the tops with a hinge up there. And you just shove that up into the tube of animal, shove the rounded part of the 2x4 up into the animal's face area, and then shove a wedge in the bottom so it just kind of stretches the whole thing out. And you can let it dry that way for a while, and it's pretty easy. But so there's process things that I didn't quite do right that made this more difficult. I tried fleshing it with a wire wheel, but that technique does not work if you don't have a wire wheel on a grinder, like a bench grinder. Because if you put it on your angle grinder and try and do that, you will just get a whole lot of hide wound up in an angle grinder and coyote meat thrown in your face, which is not fun. Um,
Yep.
and you'll smell weird,
Do you need the mask?
weirder than it doesn't matter who I am. The bane of my existence. So that's a lessons learned there. I didn't get a nice, pretty tanned cow hide, though. I just took what was left of it and is kind of draped it over my my yard fence, and it's holding up pretty well, just sitting there. So I think I got like a lot of the leather, like it tanned well. I think it's just that the hair is let loose, but now it's that a lot of it's dried. It might have held onto the hair. I don't know. I'm just gonna let it sit there and deteriorate and see how it does over time.
Yeah.
Though I do have the hide from my son's deer sitting in some more bark liquor, which I'm just gonna see. I'm gonna let that sit there and tan for a while or break down and deteriorate. I don't know. I'm just playing around with it to see what happens. If it'll either turn into nothing and all it cost me was a little bit of time, or I'll have some really nice leather and I can make something fun out of it for the boy.
You're just doing the leather on your deer hide, right? You're not keeping fur.
So I had that deer hide sitting in a bucket for a month and a half before I finally fleshed it out. Because that's how long it took for the hair to actually let go of that deer hide.
Yeah.
Because I was waiting for it to let go, and it had been cold enough that it really didn't want to just turn loose,
Mhm.
and I didn't want to have to pull it out. I wanted it to just slough out. An old Indian technique was to take a deer hide, weigh it down with a rock in a running stream, and after 3 days, it would have pulled all the hair out of it just by the force of the water. And that, it had gotten warm enough being in groundwater to actually let loose of the hair.
Mhm.
And then you could just flesh it out and be on your way with it. But I had it sitting in a bucket of water for a while before that hair finally let loose. But if I get that done, it'll just be leather.
Yeah.
There'll be no hair with it, which deer does not make a good pelt or a rug because the hair is hollow. Each individual hair is hollow. So over time it deteriorates and then will break down, and no matter what, the hair will start sloughing out of the hide. So the best use for deer skin is in leather making.
Yeah. Toolable leather.
Yeah.
I was fleshing my daughter's deer hide out, which I also had it sitting in a bucket, and it sat in there for probably 2 weeks, I think. Had it sitting in there, weighted down with rocks and everything to make sure it was still submerged. And um, the dogs of my father-in-law's ventured their way up to my house, and I saw a deer hide. I was like, "Oh, they drug my deer hide out of the pit." No, they yanked the one out of the bucket, so it was just laying off in the weeds. And so I went to go retrieve the deer hide, dumped out the bucket, and I'm like, "Where the fuck is this deer hide?" Then I'm like, "Oh, that's that one." So yeah, it got ruined. I got a chunk about a foot by a foot square that was actually still malleable and I could get fleshed off.
That's enough for a wallet.
Yeah. So it's drying right now.
It's nice.
But yeah. My coyote hide, all the hair started pulling out, so it just
Wah,
it was
wah.
gone.
Well,
Yeah.
hell, since we're on this topic, my beaver pelt's still hanging out.
Fucking A.
Minus the part where my dogs occasionally get to it. But like I can pull on it has lost some of the guard hairs, but those are kind of more expected to fall out. But for the most part, it's still a little rough looking. But it's still chugging along a bit.
You need to brush your beaver a little bit. It'll. Yeah, there you go. Anyway,
hot meat.
I've been sitting on that story for a while when I was working on it, and I was hoping to have a happier ending to the coyote hide, because I was just going to show up here one day with like my helmet with the antlers and the coyote hide draped over top of it, and in full ceremonial dress for redneck. But maybe next time I need to find a nice pretty coyote again, and I need to look up tube skinning, and I really need a fleshing beam. That's something I realized, because I need a fleshing beam, and I need a fleshing, like the knife with the two handles on it, because I was watching the guy just use that, and I'm like, it's so easy if you have that. Using an actual knife, even a big one, and trying to do that on a flat surface is ridiculous.
Fucking tell me about it. With the damn beaver, I had the same thing. I need a flesh, because tube skinning, fleshing beam works great, but even not tube skinned, from watching some dude up in New Hampshire just freaking fleshing beavers off like it's no big deal.
Like,
and meanwhile, my dumbass was here working on this thing for like 3 days.
Yeah,
I have a couple of those. I'll send you one
knives?
if you want. Yeah,
like it's curved, but the knife part is on the underside, and it's got two handles on it. Like
yeah,
that
I'll
kind of
send you
fleshing
pictures.
knife?
This is for like debarking, but I turn it around backwards and use the other side. It's a sharp 90-degree, a fucking sharp little edge right there. It's not a knife, but it's sharp, and that's what I was using. And son of a bitch, and the hair came right the fuck off. I'll send you pictures.
Anyway. Besides that, the other nonsense that I've been up to, I messaged you guys about a range or a shot timer,
See,
and how expensive one was. And then there was another option. There's one coming on the market from Walker, and then I got to thinking about it, and I was like, this is 2026. So I got on the App Store and searched shot timer. And wouldn't you know it, there's a bunch of options for free shot timers on the App Store. So I got to using, so I went out to the range and I got to using one, and it wasn't bad. You could program the sensitivity and the delay, so you could, push the start button and set it down. And I need to play with it a little bit more, but I got to realizing, for what I wanted to use it for, this, just an app on your phone for a shot timer, is perfectly serviceable.
They may have gotten better. When I tried that a few years ago, it was garbage.
What app are you using?
I downloaded 3. I used one of them. There was times it didn't quite pick up things correctly. This just says range timer. It's really simple.
Oh yeah, I've got that.
Yeah, but for just getting out to the range and starting doing things, I was like, I'm rather than buy something I don't want right now. I've felt like it was fine.
I think that's a fair compromise.
But after church on Sunday, I went out to the range, and I took actually a number of handguns, because I went out there and I took all the wife and kids. Everyone went out there. My wife ended up not shooting anything, even though I wanted her to shoot her concealed carry and stuff. She ended up spending more time with the 2 youngest, making sure they didn't do anything ridiculous. But we were the only ones out there at the range, so it wasn't that big a deal. But I went out there, and
he's wandering down range again.
There was some of that. Like, go and get you on up there.
Well, it's like my 2-year-old, he looks at you. You're like, you're about to go run in the street, aren't you? Yep, there he goes. Crap.
Yeah. Something like that. But I went out there, and I had, of course, my oldest, and he had only ever shot a centerfire handgun one time. He's 11. He shot it last year. I think it was 10, and that was a 38 Smith and Wesson revolver. So that's a 140 grain
Mhm.
bullet going about 700 feet per second, which is not nothing special. It was
It's also
was-
nothing to slouch about.
fun to
Not
shoot.
like a
I mean,
heritage.
don't get me wrong, it was fun to shoot.
You
But
just
this
said a
time,
38 special wasn't special. That just
No.
makes it a 38.
38 Smith and Wesson,
Oh,
Oh,
well, shit. Never mind then.
140 grain bullet at 680 feet per second. That is the 38 Smith and Wesson. It was a 5-shot Ivor Johnson top break revolver that my dad bought, and
That's a sexy little gun, though.
it was a fun gun to shoot. Don't get me wrong. It's just okay. So I have a backstop built out of tires that are filled with dirt.
Mm-hmm.
Half the bullets stuck in the tires and you can see them. The other half bounced off. If they went through cardboard first, they bounced off. So,
Boing.
I had him out there and I had my Bodyguard 2.0 and I handed that to him. I was like, this is how you build a grip. This is a semi-automatic, so you can just keep pressing the trigger. And I got his grip on there, and out of 12 rounds at 7 yards, he kept 10 inside an 8-inch circle with that Bodyguard 2.0, cheaper than
Nice.
380, which I was super pleased with. Like, and he's not small for his age, but he's not like super thick or anything. He's kind of skinny like me. So the gun just seemed like it fit him just fine, which was crazy. But he got out there. He was shooting my my Mark IV 22, and I had a cardboard target set up at 10 yards, and then the steel target out at 50. And he got bored with the cardboard, so he's just out there. And of course, I showed him which mags went to what, and he's loading his own mags and going out there. It was like, Dad, can I shoot? I'm like, yep, go for it. And he goes and he's shooting the Mark IV 22 at 50 yards, and he's starting to get it figured out. And he's hitting steel at 50 yards with the pistol.
damn.
With the
Nice,
with,
dude.
with the it's this one with the granite on it. He was doing that, and that was a lot of fun. And he also, so I tried to get my daughter was actually using that too. She was a little less comfortable with the handguns, but she was shooting the cardboard targets, and she was doing fine controlling it. I felt bad for my second son because he's 5 and he's not as big as his brother is just in general. So he didn't have the control necessary to really control a handgun, and he couldn't even hold up the TX22 with the contraption around it, the brace and everything. And I felt bad
Have
because
the FRT in it.
No. Remember the FRT is not working. Like your
Oh, that's
son,
right.
like, like guys,
Dad,
this is
what was
my
that?
this is my ace in the hole. I taught my 5-year-old how to use the machine gun. But my daughter, I also got her introduced to the handguns. I was more attentive with that one just because of the physical limitations. But of course, I let my 5-year-old shoot my second son shoot the handguns, but I was there holding them too because he didn't have quite the finger strength to pull the trigger without trying to like turn the gun. And so I'm like, please keep this pointed down range, boy. But I got out there with them, and also my son, he got a hold of the TX22 in the chassis, and he was shooting that at 50 yards like it was nothing.
Nice.
And he's like, Dad, your dot's off. And I'm like, yeah, I've only kind of sighted it in. Like, shoot where the bullets are going. And he's like, okay. And so he's like hitting steel, but it's not even sighted in because he I don't know. It just turns out he's actually pretty good with a gun in general. Apparently, I got this thing out there. This is an Ruger SR-22, and I hadn't shot this in
Oh,
a while.
man.
This is technically my wife's, but it's the 4.5-inch barrel model because I wanted the kids to shoot a handgun that wasn't suppressed because the other handguns I had them shooting were suppressed, and like you need to know what like some kind of blast feels like, even though it's just a 22.
Mhm.
But I forgot how. Whenever we shot this last time, it was it jammed a lot. But this time it did not jam at all, and it was fun to shoot. And I was like, this is fun. I like this gun. Unfortunately, the long-barreled ones they don't make a threaded barrel for, so I can't put a suppressor on it. But I don't know. This one I had fun shooting. Trigger's actually pretty nice, like hammer fired with a. I mean, it's got an annoying mag disconnect safety, but whatever. So, but as for me,
Nice.
while I was out there, I took 3 pistols. I took ye old Rhodesian high power. I took my 1911 chambered in 9mm, and I took the one that I've been working on, which is my 365 comp. I got the Wilson Combat grip module. I even got a gas pedal for it that replaces the takedown lever.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried some fast drills, not with this because I only have one magazine, and the fast drill that Mike talked about requires a mag change. But I tried fast drills with the high power because I have my holster out there, had my battle belt and everything. And,
How did it go?
well, I felt like stuff needed to be sighted in better. I had swapped optics around some, and I hadn't checked after I swapped them back. So I had to sight in, but it seemed like I couldn't even get the shots off fast enough. So about 10 to 11 seconds is how fast I was getting the shots off, and that was whether or not I hit the intended target or not. So 10 to 11 seconds just to get the shots off for the fast drill, which is 2 in the small square mag change and then 4 in the 8-inch circle at 7 yards. So that's where I was on that. I think for now I need to just work on trigger press and hitting the target first rather than trying to go for speed on anything.
Well, the doing the drill. How many times did you do it?
I did it 3 or 4 times, and it was kind of about the same
Okay.
every time, which it was annoying because it feels like I'm still getting used to the dot too. Like I have the better possibility for precision with the dot, but then I got my 1911 and 9mm out there, and I did like a bill drill with it, and it's like bang 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 bang, and it every like the sight pictures there. Every round goes where I want it to, but it's iron sights, and I've done a trigger job on it myself that it breaks at like 2.5 or 3 pounds. So the trigger is just fantastic on it. And using other stuff, it's like not as it just doesn't feel as good. So
I mean, 1911s are just fucking
Yeah.
love them. You can't say enough good things about them. And like, you get a company that makes shitty 1911s, and they're really shitty. Like my Para P14 or P15, whatever the fuck. It's a double stack 45. The thing sucks. Like, it's a pretty gun, but it's a piece of shit. It jams all the fucking time. But you get a good 1911, like, I'd say a Rock Island Armory, or you're spending $1,000. That's a good 1911.
So this is my 9mm 1911. It's a Rock
Ooh.
Island Armory slide and barrel, and a Hellfire Armory aluminum lower that I fitted myself and polished, and then I did a trigger job on, put a target spring, target mainspring in, and flat face trigger, and I love shooting this thing. Like, this thing is fun to shoot. I mean, it feels better, and it seems like everything goes where I want it to better with the iron sights. But I also know that a red dot is, you have the better potential for precision with the red dot. So I'm trying to get used to the red dot still. I need to just go out and do like just precision, like make sure every shot press is good and get used to that and just keep reinforcing that in my mind. I also think I'm going to load up ammo a little bit differently for target shooting, maybe even competition. Right now I'm loading 147 grains at max velocity. I think I'm going to dial those back, or maybe do lighter bullet weights for the 9mm, just so there's not as much recoil involved. I mean, it doesn't matter with the 1911 because it's heavy and it shoots really nice and it's got a nice trigger, but it just felt like, man, especially with the P365, it felt like there was still a lot of recoil with this, and I was having to really focus on getting the shots to land where I wanted them to. So I need to work with that. I've got holsters ordered for this, and I'll do some more work including an outside the waistband, like QLS fork setup holster for this. But that's where I'm at. I'm not doing anything fast with it yet. I need to just work on the little bit of precision that I can get out of it, and or get as much out of, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I need to become more precise with a handgun before I start going for speed.
Mm-hmm.
I would one of the I don't know if he did this on purpose or not, but one of the range officers and then later one of their lead instructors at my range, this is very early on when I just got back from Japan. I was just shooting a 1911, same 1911, the para. I wanted to shoot 45, so I took that down there. It's the only one I had, and I was printing groups at 7 yards. Like, it was 1911s all day, man. Like, they're so fucking accurate. Anyway, he comes by and he sees me and he he comments that I'm the first person he's seen in a long time that shoots a 1911 properly, and I was like, what do you mean? And he commented about how my firing thumb doesn't rest directly on the 1911 safety. It's kind of up and away from it. And I was like, oh, thanks, I guess. And then he was like, all right, I see how accurate you are. Save 5 or 10 rounds. I'll be back later. And I was like, all right. I thought I saved 5 or 10 rounds thinking he wanted to come back and try the piece of shit para. And I was like, okay, but he comes back. He takes one of his business cards and he tapes it to the what do you call the dealy do that runs up and down the target runner, I guess you could say, the thing that runs on the rail, goes out 5 yards, 10 yards, whatever. So at the time, their target dealy doos could rotate, and you could program them to go down a certain number of yards, rotate back. Like, I used those for many years to work on like reaction based shooting. Anyway, he sends it down there at like 5 or 7 yards and presses the button to turn it sideways. And he's like, now shoot it. And I was like, what? It's like, yeah, you go ahead. With your accuracy, you can hit my business card at this range. And I was like, Okay, bullshit, but okay. So I take what 3-4 shots, and he's like, "No, you got it." Breathed, took a deep breath on the fifth shot, cut it right in half, and I now have several videos of turning targets sideways and then cutting the entire paper in half. Some of them are actually kind of amusing. In any case, the reason I brought this up, Vince, is because shooting at that, like, I started incorporating this into my training regimen when I would go to the range every Monday. I would go and shoot up my targets, and then at the very end of the day, I would take like 10 or 15 rounds, turn the target sideways, and shred it to pieces. I'm sure the range officers loved me leaving that giant mess of paper all over the floor, but it really helped. That's at the end of the day, focusing on just that precision and the trigger press and the front sight and trying to hit such a small target. I used to do that a lot. I would highly recommend you find some sort of game to play with yourself to increase your precision.
Do small target stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something we used to play called 22 golf, where you take a golf ball and you'd have to knock it off a tee with your 22 rifle, and then push it down range by hitting with a 22.
Huh.
But imagine that with a pistol, and it suddenly becomes much harder.
That sounds.
I can see that.
That sounds like
I might.
quite the game, to be honest.
I might start golfing.
Oh, it was fun because when we played it that way, so you'd have to place the bullet correctly on the golf ball to make it roll. Because if you just shot it, it would push it. If you hit underneath it, you would dig it into a hole. But if you hit it right underneath it, you could pop it left or right. I used to do that because you could shoot, if you were racing, you could shoot the other person's golf ball if you want. You could pop it off the course, and then they wouldn't be able to find it.
Now, do you shoot from the same position and just march the ball down the field, or do you go up behind it and have to hit it from
you
a
stay in
preferred
the same
distance?
spot. So the further away it gets, the more precise you have to be. And it was all just standing shots. There was no rest or anything. So
Oh,
you're
good
shooting
Lord.
from just free-handed from the shoulder, and the golf ball is getting, further away. It was only 50 yards, but standing there with a 22, 50 yards, like with no rest, got pretty fun, actually.
Yeah.
We used to, when I was shooting trap, we would have one of our golfing buddies start chipping golf balls for us, and we'd shoot the golf balls as he chipped them. And a little tiny fucking white golf ball. It's
What-
kind of hard to hit.
What happens to the golf ball?
It goes further, turns more blackish.
It doesn't explode?
If you like pepper the shit out of one, maybe, but most of the time it just bounced and veered off.
Just
Had some
not enough
scarring on it.
Not enough mass versus mass.
Yeah.
All right. That sounds fun. Sounds fun as fuck.
Well, anyway, that was my first trip to the range, messing with trying to go get better with the pistol. I have some things I need to work on. I might change some reloading practices. I built a target stand so that I could, shoot cardboard instead of steel. But other than that, that's my...
Well, being able to shoot cardboard, that'll be awesome, because then you can actually, you can put up USPSA size targets or actual USPSA targets, which I don't know how much those cost. I usually get used ones from the match.
Cardboard for free.
Right. You can
Cut the Amazon box.
you just have to buy a package. But you're not wrong though. That's also, you can do the same thing.
I showed you a picture of my diversity targets.
Definitely the highlight of the day was my son getting out there and just enjoying shooting and getting better at it. That was, And
Yeah,
also
that's
that
awesome.
he was loading his own mags.
Yeah,
That's
good for
just
him.
fantastic.
Yeah,
That's a
that's always
great
a big
day.
win.
It's like when they can learn to open a gate.
Like, oh.
Go do that.
I'd say definitely shoot for groups and shoot little things.
I also just need to shoot more because after about the first 2 or 3 magazines, I started shooting way better, just miraculously. So getting used to it again is another thing too. Like frequency of shooting matters.
Yeah. Did you start off immediately with the fast drills cold?
No, I got out there and I started trying to check zero a little bit, and then I tried a couple of the fast drills, and I was like, my zero is still off, and I chased that dragon for a little bit.
That'll happen.
I still like this gun. This is still my favorite handgun.
It's very
It's
pretty.
pretty slick.
Yeah. Is it single stack or double stack?
It's a single stack, which is why I don't just use this. If it was double, I'd be like, I just use this. What's the big deal?
Right.
But it's single stack. Granted, I have 14 mags for it if I have to use it for something, but yeah, it's single stack.
I started off USPSA shooting single stack. I got real good at mag changes. Not like master level mag changes, but I got real good at them. And that's part of why I wanted to start with single stack, was so that, you know, it would force me to not just rely on mag capacity. I could do the other skills involved. Plus, shooting 1911s in competition style, they're just so much fun.
I bet I could get away with it for some of the competitions if there's no stages that require more than one mag change. I bet I could get away with it and do just fine. But I mean, for this last one, I know the last stage I did at the last run and gun would have taken at least 3 mag changes to get through that final stage.
Oof.
And that's a lot to carry for
Yeah.
2 miles.
Well, I mean, I'm carrying that much ammo anyway.
Mhm.
It's just the number of mags.
Mhm.
So
I got mags everywhere.
I had a custom mag holder made because I thought I was going to get real serious about 1911 competition. And I don't know if it's legal or not. I never tried it, but it basically, you have 1, 2, 3 mags on your belt, and just below those you have 1, 2, 3 more. So it's kind of like a double stack mag pouch. And the ones below are offset, so you grab the up high ones first, but you can still get the down low ones. Like, I should really see if that's actually legal and then go do a match with it.
I had it set up one time where I could get to 12, I think, 1911 mags with my left hand across chest rig and belt. Like I had it set up where I could get, I had all of the mags available.
Bruh.
This sounds like challenge accepted.
But then you realize I could have the same amount of capacity with a grand total of 5 magazines, and it's
Right.
like,
That's the thing that is frustrating, because 1911s are so awesome, but then you only get 8 rounds, or 10 if you have a 9mm. So you have to go to a fake 2011, and there's honestly a plethora of fake 2011s on the market. I have no idea which one I would choose between them all, because there's that one, the platypus, that takes Glock mags. There's the SIG 211 that takes 320 mags. There's just, like, I actually would be intrigued by the platypus. Like, does it take Glock mags but doesn't have the Glock grip angle? I wonder.
it does
But,
not have the Glock grip angle. I actually held one at this last event. I
Okay.
didn't get to shoot it, but it I mean it actually felt pretty okay. It didn't feel as chunky as I thought it would running Glock mags. So that was a thing.
I remember holding it at, I think it was GunCon in Iowa, my first GunCon. And I was like, wait, this takes Glock mags? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, dude, that's really cool. Because I just thought it was a standard 2011 or 2011-ish. So it'd be really neat to try one of those. And supposedly they're cheaper than most of the other versions. They're like Rock Island Armories. I
Which
didn't
one
look
was
up
that?
the Prodigy. I'm sorry, not Prodigy.
The Platypus?
Platypus. Yeah.
Platypus is a little more expensive. They're like 12 to 1500, and you can find the double stack Rock Islands for under 700
Mm-hmm.
most of the time, and you can find them cheaper sometimes.
Yeah, let me clarify. I wasn't saying they were cheap as Rock Islands. I was saying they were like Rock Islands of the 2011 world, except I guess Rock Islands would be the Rock Islands of 2011 world, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've made the double stack 1911 for years.
Mm-hmm.
Like years.
I took that Para P14 to a match one time, and I was frustrated with it. I took it to a match because I wanted to see if the gun really sucked, and the gun really sucks. So I left the match. I had fun, and I had gone with every intention of I had every expectation that the gun was going to fail me, and it met my expectations and then some. So as I'm leaving, the match director for that particular match, who is a Arms Corps and Rock Island rep, she hits me up and she's like, if you ever want a double stack 1911 that doesn't suck balls, hit me up. I'll get you a deal on a Rock Island. And I was like, double stack? She's like, yeah, double stack. It'll shoot better than this piece of shit. Guarantee it. Cool. Well, I'll hit you up when I get there one day. I never did, but it was cool to have the offer.
You probably should have taken the offer.
I still think about it. Like I can still go back to the match, and she still is a rep with them. So,
Like, hi, do you remember me?
oh, she does.
No, fuck off.
She
Like, sure do. Security.
I was the guy that shot with you.
Bang.
The new knife girl.
But yeah, I'd still take $1,200 or even $1,500 and take Glock mags versus a $2,500 or even a $4,000 Staccato 2011.
Yeah.
But I'm not an expert in any of those things. I do not have a double stacked 1911 derivative in 9mm yet, and I would like one day.
Well, Mike, do you have warheads tonight?
I do have warheads tonight.
Uh-oh.
Doesn't matter. We lost our biggest fan. He had to go to bed.
He fell
Bye,
asleep.
Dusky.
To be fair, not only our biggest fan, but the biggest fan of the entire network.
Biggest
Yes,
fan
yeah.
of warheads on foreheads.
I think he's just a fan of the song.
One, two, three. On the count of three.
Dr. Scary Guy says he woke up for 1, 2, 3. Love that.
Dude, there's a Rock Island 1911 TAC Ultra, which is the double stack on Gunbroker. Is it factory new condition? 563.
Cool. All right, warheads and foreheads before I fall asleep. And you're muted.
All right, and I'm back. So, Warheads tonight. This is a Grandview Outdoors article, grandviewoutdoors.com. Never even heard of them. I've literally just been Googling bear defense stories or whatever. So, this article that it's entitled, "Are Handguns Effective Against Bear Attacks?" This dude, the author's name is Bob Robb. Thanks, Bob. He starts off, moved to Alaska in the early 90s, cheap big game hunting, yada, yada, yada. He was a major bow hunter. He said he starts off saying he's naive. He was quite naive to the potential dangers of brown and grizzly bears up in Alaska when he bow hunted. This was before the days of 500 Smith & Wesson mags, 454 Kazools, 10 mils, stuff like that. So the thing back in the day was to pack a rifle, and if you're going with somebody, they do the same. Even if you're bow hunting, you take a rifle just in case. So he's out there in the woods one October afternoon, and he stalks within 40 yards of a brown bear. And the brown bear sees him and he's like, "Oh, look, food," and charges him. So Bob Robb has a Remington Model 700 and 338 Win Mag as his backup while he's bow hunting. And as he quotes, "By the grace of God, was able to drop my bow, shoulder the rifle, and get off a snapshot at 10 yards that miraculously hit the bear under the chin and broke his neck at the atlas joint, or I'd be dead." So, yeah. Thinking about his encounter, how he had to throw his bow down, somehow get his rifle unslung off his shoulders, however it was, shouldered and ready to fire. And it wasn't even an aimed shot. It was a snapshot at 10 yards. That's a lot. If you follow our Instagram channel and you saw the video that I posted of the bear that it's the dude trying to bear spray a fake bear that's charging him from 40.
Let's
actually,
not go down that
25
rabbit
yards.
hole again.
No, we're not going to.
Okay, good.
Not to get off the X rabbit hole. I just want to
Turning
rehash
the bear's gay.
I wanted to rehash how quickly that happens. So think about how quickly that bear in the video was moving, and now think about how quickly the bear was moving towards Bob Robb as he's trying to drop his bow and get his rifle up to bear. No pun intended. This
Why
time.
not? This is the one time it's okay.
Yeah, I know. God damn it. I should have intended it. Pun intended. I made 10 jokes at work, 10 dad jokes at work, thinking they'd all make people laugh, but no pun intended. So we come up to a part of the article titled "Real versus Fantasy." He starts off here: when hunters find themselves in a position where they have to defend themselves against a bear, something's gone horribly wrong. Yeah, that's true. They're fast as fuck. They're heavy. They're strong. And they're fast as fuck. Like, again, I'm quoting him. When they come, they are bobbing and weaving. Your adrenaline is spiked. You'll be pooping your pantaloons, and everything will happen very quickly. So
I disagree with the statement that he says in this section. Like Superman, these creatures are faster than a speeding bullet and more powerful than a locomotive. I disagree.
It's quite a bit of hyperbole there.
Indeed.
Plus, the closer they get, the bigger your target gets.
This is true. It's easier to. Yeah, moving on.
Well, once again, 8-inch 308 FRT. Bear poops his pants.
Because he
Done.
Because
I
he
mean,
just died.
that's one strategy. Wait till it's 5 feet away and then mag dump.
Or just get the biggest muzzle loudener.
Well, it's
known
already
to
an 8-inch
mankind.
308. Half the
Right, put the
3/4
loudener on the 8-inch 308 and make it
3/4 of the
loudener.
powder is now burning outside the barrel. You'll be fine.
All right, so
Bear's
he
blind.
Bob Robb writes in his
His beer's
article,
off at
handguns.
2
Shut up. Handguns can be very effective for deterring bear attacks. I'm not going to read like verbatim his entire.
Yeah, he gives
article,
basically every caliber.
He does.
on command.
We're not going into all that. He talks about a bunch of calibers and their foot pounds of energy and stuff like that. Like that's not moving on. There's two thoughts of data that he posts about. The first thought with handguns is that you get the biggest honking revolver known to mankind, and you should have your one shot that should be good enough to actually drop the bear. And the other school of thought is to get a semi-auto handgun that gives you as many rounds as is humanly possible, so that you have as many oopsie rounds in your high adrenaline fueled pantaloon pooping stage as you can get. Now, the proof, he references an article I've read a couple of times, and he's added to it since the last time I read it, I think. If anybody is a fan of Ammo Land, Dean Weingarten is if I remember right, he's a retired cop, and he writes a bunch of pro Second Amendment articles for Ammo Land. He did a thing back in 2021. He started out adding 104 incidents in 2021, and these were 104 incidents of bear attacks and handguns being used to defend during the bear attack. It has every article that he and his researchers were able to look up. Not article, but all the facts of every case that he was able to look up, the outcome, the caliber, the type of gun, if available. And he published, by the math, it says 170 incidents, but the article says 104 incidents, another 123 were added, and the final 25 were added in November 2023. So my math is 249. But okay, so
What's the
Weingarten's
conclusion?
I'm going to get to the 3 times that they failed. He studied 170 cases where only handguns were fired. 146 of them were successful. There were the 146 out of 170 were successful. There were 24 cases where the handgun was fired in conjunction with another instrument, and those cases were not included in the statistics. So of those 146, there were only 3 cases that were judged to be failures in stopping the attack. The first was a polar bear attack in Norway, where a 22 rimfire handgun was used and one dude was killed and another was injured. June 2010, a geologist in Alaska fired an attack in grizzly with a 357 mag 3 times, never hitting the bear, and he got fucked up. The third was a September 2015 black bear attack in New Mexico, where a man fired a 38 special trying to scare the bear off rather than hurt or kill it. Bit through one of his boots as he was climbing a tree to escape. So 140 successful defenses out of 143 incidents adds up to a 98% rate. And the 3 failures, I'm want to say that the 22 rimfire was the
user
only
error, and 22 long rifle.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. So the reason I picked this article, and the reason I went like a little long in the tooth about it, this article is a great bit of evidence that just having a handgun in the woods, it doesn't matter what you have, having something is better than having nothing. So even if it's a $300 Glock 22 that you got off of AIM Surplus because they sell them there, You can load that up with 200 grain underwood hard cast lead rounds like I did. If you have a 10 mil Glock, a G20 or a 10 mil 1911, there's a ton of different 10 mil handguns on the market these days. Like 10 mil is kind of exploding in popularity. If it, I mean, it's what it feels to me. They just have something. It doesn't even get a 9 mil, put hard cast lead in it. If all you got's a 9 mil, if all you got's a 38 special, you better have hard cast lead in it.
Take a spear. Be a man.
Dude, have a fucking spear. Just have something, because
Take like 50 spears and create a porcupine around your tent.
I don't want to
No.
rehash this.
So
Sorry.
you wear a porcupine suit,
They're just too pokey to eat.
right?
You gotta set the hide well enough that the quills don't come out. But yeah, you just tan it up and wear it like a coat. You gotta walk like this, but you know, it's fine.
Last couple of thoughts on this. Training is pointed out. Again, there's several paragraphs on like loadouts and handguns and whatnot, but the primary takeaway is that training is a much more important factor than the type of handgun you choose. It doesn't matter if it's a 500 Smith & Wesson. Train on drawing it. Have it. It's got to be accessible. It can't be tucked in a backpack. It's got to be on like a chest rig or on your belt the way that I do it. There's a couple of different ways to go about it, but however you do, it's got to be accessible, man. And you've got to be able to draw it within a few seconds. Talking to Brett and his mountain lion attack, he didn't have a lot of time. And he had the presence of mind to pull it out beforehand. If he was trying to draw when it was attacking him, it may have gone differently. Just have something, train with it. There's a reason a lot of the videos I'm doing with my hunting belt, because if I'm not training with the level 2 holster that Klecker Tactical made me, it's not going to do me any good if the time comes that I'm being charged by a black bear and I fumble my thumb all over it trying to get it unlocked.
Belt of many things. I have input. So if I was a guy and I was hunting archery, but I could carry a rifle, what say ye on carrying a rifle chambered in a cannon with SpaghettiOs?
Are they hard cast lead SpaghettiOs?
No, I would rather them pop early. That way it's more of bait.
If
It's like, oh, delicious SpaghettiOs. I will eat these instead of that thing that is shooting them at me.
If they were hard cast, they'd be SpaghettiOs.
What happens when the bear likes it too much and you don't have enough SpaghettiOs to get out of the area?
Well, it's not going to eat them all in one gulp. It's got to take time to, sniff it out and be like, is this tasty?
Shoots
this
bear
is
with
tasty.
SpaghettiOs. Visible confusion.
Bear. Dick stuck in ceiling fan.
Instructions unclear.
Instructions unclear. Feed more SpaghettiOs.
I mean, you can't go wrong here.
There's like
SpaghettiOs
jokes on you. I'm into that.
I still eat SpaghettiOs. They're not as good as they once was.
Well,
any thoughts on that other than
Dave.
SpaghettiO cannon?
I've
I gave
already
my thoughts.
said enough about bear guns tonight. Nobody liked my ideas, so I'm just going to go back home.
Wah, wah.
Loud 308.
Dude, I like the Lad 308. It's not bad.
It was the FRT that I forgot to mention the first time around that was just like, oh, now we're into it.
Yeah,
Just let them get in. Just let it get inside 20 yards, and let it rip.
Blah 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 blah.
Well, I shot that full
What?
honor G3 at Ohio, and god damn, that thing was loud.
And another reason to get a Glock. Like you can get an FRT for a Glock.
Gay.
You're gay.
Can't be
Not
true.
every-
I have an HK.
Yes, HK.
No, Glock gay. Horse cum.
Humble brag.
Humble brag.
How can be gay? I don't own Skyline.
I've been accused of many things
Okay,
for having
so-
that car. Gay's not one of them.
I just
It is now.
realized
It is
Yeah.
now.
3 of the 4 of us own a Nissan, and I don't like that. I'm gonna have to sell it.
Sam, you're up. Time to sell the Honda box, the shit box, and get yourself what's
called
the
it
Nissan
podcast.
pickup truck?
The Frontier?
Yeah, you need a Nissan Frontier.
Nah, a Ford fucking Ranger.
Eh,
Yee.
Ain't no big
eh.
truck.
Oh my goodness.
Alrighty. Well, on that note, I'm leaving.
That's enough of this.
Y'all can sit here and talk all night if you want.
Something about a review and
Yeah.
My
that.
entire day's been this
Stickers.
nonsense.
I don't believe I didn't see any new reviews tonight. Unless I
Review
missed-
the reviews.
review the reviews. Well, let's see. Starting at the first review.
No,
These-
don't fucking.
these
Reduce
reviews are haram.
reviews, recycle.
Leave us a review. Get stickers.
We came
You
up with
go
a new sticker
overseas.
idea tonight. You were here. You all heard it.
Yeah.
You'll get that one.
I mean-
Slutty squatch.
Slut squatch.
I mean, look at her. Him. It.
Oh my god.
Them.
I added the let's
It,
go
them.
hunt underneath it. I kept trying to tweak it and it's like, maybe it's just perfect the way it is.
Them squatch.
Got a little bit of a mullet going on. Perfect.
I'll be
Leave us a review. You will get stickers. I send out stickers now. I've sent out more stickers in the last month than I have previously. So it's all good to go. People like the stickers. The stickers are cool. Best stickers ever.
When are we going to get
stickers.
hats that don't suck?
When you want to pay me like $30 for one and we do a minimum
Yeah.
order of 10.
That's cool. All
I
right,
will be
listeners,
ordering some, so I'll get you many.
Yeah.
we should
but-
get together. I'm in.
Nope. Anyway, support the sport and take your
For
buddy
hats,
hunting.
ding dong.
And if you like that, buddy, tell him about our show. If you don't like that, buddy, refuse to run his hot meat to Oregon. Hit us up at lghpodcast.com. Thanks for listening, and let's go hunt.
There's so many. Wobble, shots of beer, 5 wives, hot meat trucker, hot beef, westbound and up, bark liquor.
5 Wives Hot Meat Trucker.
No, it has to be westbound and up somewhere in it.
Yeah, it absolutely does.
Hot meat trucker westbound and up.
Yeah,
Yep,
hot meat
I like it.
trucker, westbound and up. That'll do. Good night.
Or 5 wide.